What can you do with a Harley M Series power box rake and a skid steer? You can do it all. You can condition, mill, dethatch, level, plow. You can dig, you can grade, you can shape, you can collect, and direct material where you want it to go. You can do it all with just one tool, and what's more, you can do it both forward and reverse.
You can see it's very rough undersurface. The seed settles down into those little dimples, very much like a golf ball surface. The high spots of those dimples dry out before the lower ones, setting up lots and lots of small stress cracks, allowing moisture to come out from underneath the soil and feed the seed. The material that's left on top then has a rough surface to lay on. When it rains, it interlocks, much like two egg cartons sitting upside down on top of each other, and stabilizes the whole surface so it doesn't flow around with the rain and wind.
By dual position, we mean that the box ends can be mounted either straight forward to plow and control and push material, or they can also be rotated slightly outward to control more material next to sidewalks and things. To do that, you simply pull a clip, lift up on the pin, rotate it outwards, and place the pin back in. Again, by rotating the box ends outward, I can get a little closer to a foundation or a sidewalk and save that extra hand raking or sweeping that might be required. More importantly, when the rake is angled, flaring the box end will allow the box end to travel directly in line with the direction of travel of the skid steer. Now, reversible box ends means that I can take them completely off the front side and mount them on the back. Again, lift the pin, rotate outwards, lift straight up. In 25 years of making this product, we've learned what you need to get your job done. For instance, we've added support steel on the outside so that you can carry more material for more years. And because the box ends have to be in the dirt, we've added carbide hard facing to the bottom edge. More value for you. Again, to put this on the back side, I simply walk around to the back of the rake, locate the hinge pin holes, drop it in place, rotate inward, secure the pin. How important is this feature? It doubles your productivity because you can work it forward and reverse. It's patented, and you're not going to find it anywhere else.
Another great feature of the Harley M Series Power Box rakes is the adjustable gauge wheels. Each wheel independently adjustable. Gives you extra capabilities. It also turns the Harley Power Box rake into a precision grading tool. What do I mean? Well, by adjusting the wheels, it gives you the capability to level perfectly for those fine dethatching jobs or perfect leveling jobs. Another capability is, for instance, raise up one wheel, drop the other one down. It allows that power box rake to lean in, and then of course, coupled with the angle, allows that material to be run uphill and cut a drainage grate in between two houses. Simply reverse, and come back and cut the other side. Adjustability is capability. The adjustable wheels on a Harley Power Box rake gives you control.
Today's skid steers have more horsepower, more hydraulic flow, and more hydraulic pressure than ever before. To make sure that all this extra power translates into extra productivity on your job site, Harley has put an awful lot of attention into the drivetrain system that we use. Remember, we didn't just start making these yesterday. We've been at it for over 25 years. In fact, this same drivetrain arrangement is now being used on tractors of over 100 horsepower. The drivetrain that we use is actually fairly simple. We use a double 50 chain, which is actually stronger than the chain used on some skid steers. The chain is bathed in a 140 gear loop oil bath, and it's secured with spring tensioners. Moreover, the design of the drivetrain is what we call low profile. What that means is all of the drivetrain components are up here rather than down in the dirt. And what's more, the low profile means that as you're digging, you're not just teeth deep, you're teeth and drum deep in the dirt. Your teeth and drum are allowed to do the work, and your investment is up here. Another area where we've focused our engineering efforts is on the roller bearings. It's an unfortunate fact of life that these bearings have to do their job down in the dirt. To protect them, we start with a proprietary triple lip sealed bearing that helps keep the grease in and keep the moisture out. To further protect them, we add steel shields that protect that bearing from abuse. And finally, we add machined, heat-treated steel collars over the outsides of those steel shields. You get triple protection, which means that your bearings are going to be unaffected by wire or rope or any other trash that might accumulate there. Long life, low maintenance. One of the most productive features of the M-Series Power Box Rake is the adjustable rhino hide barrier system that we use. This barrier is a 1/2-inch thick rhino hide, which is a high-density urethane. It's really tough so that you can push material and doze even wet dirt or rocks out of the way. Yet it's flexible so that if you were to encounter a piece of rebar or a tree root, it would pass through harmlessly without stressing your drivetrain. Moreover, the rhino hide barrier is adjustable. By loosening one U-bolt on each side, you can raise or lower the barrier to control the size of the material that comes through. For instance, if you're in dry conditions, raise your barrier up. You'll start with a bigger particle size instead of grinding your seedbed into dust that's going to blow away with the wind and cap with the rain. Also in wet conditions, raise the barrier up. You'll allow some bigger clods to come through that will steam up dry and allow the base to steam up too. Another instance is if you've got weeds that you're trying to cut out. Again, raise your barrier up. Let the weeds pass through. You'll get a much higher ground speed out of it. This feature not only gets you working more days of the year, it allows you to control what happens to your job site instead of settling for whatever the rake wants to pass through.
All right, I've raised the adjustable barrier completely up so that a lot of the material can pass through because it's so wet and sticky, it's slowing down my production. It's an important part to have this adjustable barrier. Raise it up when it's wet, drop it back down when you want to do finish work, and end up with that right particle size.
The Harley Modular Series Power Box Rakes offer 4 separate mount capabilities. There's a simple, non-angling fixed mount. It's economically priced and allows for either forward or backward box raking. There's also a manual angle mount, where the operator is able to direct material left or right by angling the rake. Angling is accomplished with the use of a sliding steel tube and a pull pin. There's also a hydraulically operated angle, and this mount has a hydraulic cylinder and a hydraulic diverter valve. With this mount, the operator is able to direct the flow directly from the seat of the skid steer with the use of an electric switch with a magnetic base. The last mount is the traditional MS mount, which has a floating link system allowing the rake to either follow ground contours or to be locked into place for grading. The best part about the M-Series Power Box Rake is that the rake can be converted from the fixed mount to any of the 3 angling mounts by simply removing 4 U-bolts and replacing the fixed mount with the mount of your choice. The cylinder placement of the mount is pretty unique. It's in a low profile position, which affords the operator excellent visibility from the seat so he can see exactly what he's doing. And yet it's up and out of the way so that when he's back dragging material, roots, rocks, he's not getting any of that material fouled into the cylinder. Another unique thing is that with the cylinder out of the way, there's an excellent entryway without being up and in the way, and that's also aided by the use of a cleated safety step. Another unique feature with the cylinder up and out of the way is that if the operator wants to, he can drive the skid steer and the rake up onto his trailer, position it directly over the bucket, which is captured in this space, throw one strap across the top, and drive down the road. The backbone of the modular rakes has been significantly strengthened since the previous generations of rakes to accommodate today's larger and more powerful skid steers. Another change because of the larger skid steers in today's market has been a redesign of the caster wheel system with a gusset weld underneath, a securing of 3 separate points on the main frame, all around a stronger frame. The Harley M-Series rakes are up to the task. We all know price is important, and you could certainly find a less expensive landscaping device, but it's not going to have all the features you need to get even those tough jobs done day in and day out. Remember, we've been at this for over 25 years. The Harley M-Series rakes have the features you need to get even the toughest jobs done. From reversible box ends, to a time-tested drivetrain system, to adjustable gauge wheels for precision grading, and the adjustable barrier that lets you get on the job site regardless of the soil conditions. There's nothing like a Harley. Call your dealer today for a demonstration.